till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly high. Through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly high. Through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm trying to cut them till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly high. Through the rain, through the fire. This is my club, my only desire.
Good. That's it. That's better. Good evening and welcome to THFC Till I Die, home of Tottenham past, present and the exciting future under Thomas Frank as he leads us to the promised land, as he leads us to glory. But what a weekend he has been. It's been two ball fests, a dodgy transfer. All we needed now really was a dodgy kebab and a dodgy few pints, and that and got to a fight and get arrested. That's all you needed to make it a perfect weekend. I'm sure Tequila hasn't let us down on the last tree. A dodgy kebab got arrested for a fight. I'm sure James has now digested the news on the Gibbs White transfer and ready to go up to Nottingham and put in a rescue attempt to free the hostage that's up there. I'm sure James is getting the gang ready. And I'm just sitting here in THFC Towers, just twiddling my thumbs, waiting for something to happen. And the column's just looking laughing at me. So that's what's happening with us. Firstly, Tequila, can you hear us?
Yes, thank God.
I know it's a bit dodgy in the police cell, but how did you get set up in the police cell? What happened? What did you bribe the coppers with?
I was just hanging out with Simon Jordan, mate. You think I'm
Oh,
bad?
right.
He's crazy, yes. The amount of poon he has hanging around him. I was happy just to get some sloppy seconds.
Oh, Lord, this show was going to be polished and professional. James, how are you, man? Big James,
No, I'm good. I'm good, thank you. I'm well. It's it's been a interesting couple of days, hasn't it? Really, with regards a few bits to unpick, a few transfer rumours to laugh about, looking forward to it.
Yeah, so well, big up, guys. Thanks for joining me. Look, and before we get started, just want to big up everyone that's joining us. Just want to say hello to a few members. Big up to Giant68. Big up Dermo panel and chat. Big up the Spurs side chat as well. And big up to Giant saying hello, Tequila, James and Tequila. Big up the Kersey as well. Flat we will get into transfer news going. Just a little present from you guys, from us here. I'm able to donate 10 gift memberships every month. So I'm going to send the first 5 out now, and then the next 5 will go out in the middle of the show. So the first 5 have now been sent, and they have been gifted to Ryan Treston's got one, Rayman's got one, Steve D has got one, Carl Simpson has received a membership, and Corey Boy has received a membership as well. The next 5 will be out later in the show. So Ryan Treston, Rayman, Steve D, Carl Simpson, and Corey Boy has got one. So big up to you, lads. And he's got one, Tequila. Carly got one.
He's got one. He's back with us again, is he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I'm able to gift out 10 free memberships every month. So that's our little way of saying thank you to you guys for watching us, and maybe you might be lucky for the next one as well. I just want to start with the Gibbs White thing. I mean, I'm not a body language expert, nowhere near a body language expert, but does that picture tell you something? It does paint 1,000 words, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
I mean, James. I mean, I'll go to you as well, Tequila. But I'll start with you, James. Fabrizio Romero and Tottenham working on Gibbs White alternative. They are no names just yet. But that picture and the video, what did you make of the video? I felt very, very weird. The video.
It was very scripted. That's what it came across as.
Yeah, it did.
Very, very scripted. This is what I want you to say. This is how you're going to say it. And look, I'm like you, Dermo. I'm no body language expert, but that's not someone who's embracing, as he put it, family. That's I'm being, and even Gibbs White's smile it doesn't look like a genuine smile. It's more like, yes, I'm being forced to be here. And Makanikos, it just looks like the cat that got the cream.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I mean, some of the stuff that's come out, like little ribs at Tottenham, I think it's just shows a touch. There's no class in it. Do you know what I mean?
No, there isn't.
But yeah, that's my opinion anyway.
Yeah, no, and I think it's a very good opinion. I mean, Tequila, I mean, you saw the video as well. What did you make of the video? I mean, me and James saw it for what it was. Just a bit of PR. That was it. Did you see something else in it?
No, it's all PR. I mean, every video you ever see is PR. I wouldn't believe anything anyone ever puts on like television like that. They're all reading from a script. So I'm not shocked at that. Well, I am where I do disagree with you and James a little bit is like the player isn't happy. He just doubled his money. Of course, he's happy.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think he's unhappy. I just think he's been forced into that situation where he's had to read this like say this script. He might not have feel as comfortable as what those words were, but yeah, of course he's going to be happy. He's doubled his money.
I mean, the way he's going to look at it, he just doubled his money. So you offer that to any person. He's doubled his money for doing nothing. If Spurs don't come in for him and trigger the release clause, then I know they wanted to sign it. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure they wanted to give him a new contract, but I'm not sure they wanted to give him double his money. But now he can ask for it. He put himself in a much more powerful position because of us, didn't he? So
yeah.
So there's a question there, Tequila. There's a question there for you. Did he use Spurs then to get what he wanted?
I don't think he initially used Spurs, but once the writing was on the wall, once Forest didn't play ball, he probably had a word to his legal team. He probably had a word to his agent. And the agent was probably the one who let the release clause slip anyway. And the agent probably thought to himself, well, I'm on a win-win anyway. My client's probably going to double his money. There's no lose. And the thing is, there was no lose for Gibbs White. There wasn't a loss. Would he have preferred to have come to Spurs for his footballing career? Yeah, probably. But he'll take doubling his wages. And probably what's happened now is I imagine that new contract, now all of a sudden that release clause isn't going to be there.
There is no release clause. It did come out today, Tequila, but there is no release clause in his new contract.
Yeah, and of course there wouldn't be. So now Forest can maybe flog him next year. If he goes and has another really good season, they will get more than 60 million next year. If he goes and has another blinding season again, his value will go up even more. So they will get more. They will get more than this than what they would than what we would give them, because they'll probably end up getting 80 plus if they flog him next year.
Yeah. So that beggars the question then also then our players just, do you know, like, I mean, I live in Ireland, right? And you go to cattle markets, you go to sheep markets where people sell their animals for whatever, for food, or move animals on to get new animals and to buy animals or horses and things like this. So is he just using Gibbs White as just a pawn in a bigger game of chess. That you're going to sign this, you're going to stay here, and I'm going to get double money for you if I see you next year. So is he been a little bit? Has he played Levy at his own game and beaten Levy at his own game?
I mean, he's
I'm
won.
not sure.
He's won in the end. If you want to think of it as a duel, then I suppose that he's won. But the motivations for him winning, I think he wanted to save face. He wanted the extra money, of course he did, but he wanted to save face, and I suppose you can say he's achieved that, because now the Forest fans are going to view him again. They're going to say, "Oh, look, he stood up. Oh, he stood up for Forest. He stood up for Forest. He's kept the star player." So he saved face. He's made himself look more heroic to the Forest fans. I don't mind seeing Daniel Levy take down a peg. This is my personal opinion, of course. I don't like it that it's the expense of a good player. We could have got him, but let's not fool anyone. Levy would have done the same thing to everyone else, and has done many a time.
James, what are you going to say on it?
I mean, I completely agree with Tequila. Levy's been levied. To be fair, and will it have burned the bridges between the two clubs? Probably not. Because if there's a player that Spurs won, or there's a player that Forest won, they'll negotiate. They might chuck a couple of extra million on top of his valuation, but I don't think it'll stop them doing business. But yeah, I think he outmaneuvered Levy on this one, and I think
this is where I do blame Levy, James. Right, this is where I do blame him for just concentrating on one transfer where he could have looked at other alternatives, why he was doing that transfer. And this is where I do blame Lang. This is where I do blame the new CEO. This is why I blame the whole lot of them, because they've just concentrated on the one transfer. We could have got other transfers in. And again, we're going away in the preseason tour with one player signed. We haven't even got a recognised left back, and one of them's Ben Davis. So, I mean, if it wasn't so funny, you cry. But why again have we been left behind all the other top 6 clubs? We won the Europa League. We had an opportunity to really kick on early. We might as well have kept Ange. If we were going to pull
I don't think it's a Thomas Frank issue.
No,
I think you've named who the problem is, and it's typical of all our summer windows. We don't act quick enough.
No,
because the man negotiating. At the end of the day, if it's still Daniel Levy negotiating, and it's not Vinay, the new chairman, and it's not Lang, and it's not Paratici, it's still Daniel Levy. We all know Daniel Levy will negotiate to save a couple of quid or a couple of 100,000. So he's gonna. When he goes into a deal, it's like he can only focus on one because he's negotiating, he's micromanaging it.
Yeah.
And it's always been the case. Been the case with us. Yeah. With him in charge of doing the transfers, it's always been the case.
Yeah.
We are too slow to react. There were so many decent free transfers out there. And we didn't, and if supposedly Emmanuel loves a bargain, they could have added real good quality strength in depth to our squad, and we could have gone and signed him. But A, he doesn't want to pay the wages. B, he doesn't want to pay whatever it is. He doesn't want, and majority of it is wages. These players are coming and wanting, yes, just because they're free agents doesn't mean they don't command a decent fee, or wages, and they're coming in saying, well, I want this, and Daniel Levy's like, no, you can have this. And it's again, it's all micromanaged. It's all to save a couple of quid on the bottom line.
I mean, look, Tequila, we all look. I said to you, didn't I, over the weekend? I'm now leaving out. I've had enough of this now, and I know we and me had a slight joke about it, but I think every fan's had enough now, haven't we? I just think we've just. I know you didn't like the previous manager, but we might as well have just kept him if we're going to pull this shit, because at least the players would have been happy.
No,
You know what I mean?
not at all. No, I can't agree with that one. But the writing should have been on the wall for why we've chosen Thomas Frank. Because why have we signed? Why did we choose Thomas Frank? Because he works within Mega Resources. So
Yeah,
I said this right at the start. Right, it doesn't make sense, Dermo, and even you agreed with me. Why we'd signing Thomas Frank, and then this would be the season that everyone was so convinced. I wasn't, but most people kept on telling me, "Oh, this is going to be the different one. This is going to be the different window. We're going to flash the cash," even though we've been here so many times before. And when I say here, I don't mean winning the Europa League, right? But qualification into the Champions League. Every time we're going to push on, we never ever do. How many times? And I love you, Dermo, but I don't understand why you and other people think there's going to be change whilst the man is still here.
Well, look,
Every year I have to. Every time, Dermo, let me finish, please. Every time I have to hear this, and I'm always the one called negative when I turn around and say it's going to be the same thing again. He doesn't change, and every year I'm more or less proven right. Every bloody year.
Yeah, okay, it's all right. You come and saying, "Yeah, I know it all," and
not that I know it all. Not that I know it all, but how many times does the same thing have to happen? It's like the boy who cried wolf, right? The boy who fell down the well. How many times does it have to happen?
Okay, then not everyone has to think the same as you. Everyone has their own opinion to think of what they
never said they're not, but why are you acting surprised when the same thing happens?
The transfer window isn't over yet, so we've got another month to go. We don't know what's going to happen between the next month. We don't know what's going to happen between now and the next month. We do have to sell players. Yes, there's players that have to be moved on. Yes, there is small transfers to happen. We probably will sign players late in the window. Yeah, probably will. But everyone, just because you have that opinion, and I respect you for your opinion, I feel that I should respect it how I see it and how I see it.
I never said you weren't allowed it, but I don't understand it.
It's not allowed. It's about being respected. I respect you for your opinion.
When did I not? When did I not?
I'm just saying, I respect you for your. If you let me finish, I respect you for your opinion and how you see things at Tottenham. And I think many people should respect you for your opinion and how you're seeing things at Spurs, because you have a damn right to say how you see Spurs, how you are, and how you see it. And if people can't respect you for your opinion, then there's something very wrong within people. Everyone is entitled to an opinion. I don't have the same opinion as you. Probably in coming around to the Levy side of the opinion, and I'm probably going to agree with you on that. But I'm an optimist. I always believe in things will happen until they no longer can happen. And I will always will be an optimist, and I will never change for that. But I feel that you should be respected more for standing by your beliefs. You did last year with Ange, and you stood there and you stood proud and tall. And not a lot of people respected your opinion, but you stuck by your guns. And I think people should respect you more because you do talk a lot of sense and you do talk a lot of positives. When there's positives to be made, you talk it. But when there's sense to be made, you also talk it. But I'm an optimist, so I'm always going to be that slightly negative to you. But I don't blame you for what you're saying. And I don't blame you for how you're feeling because, yes, you're right. We've had 25 years of mismanagement. We've had 25 years of been led up the garden path without it's like letting the dog out without a lead on him. And that's how we've been treated. So in one way, yes, you're probably right, but I'm just an optimist and I will believe things up to end, but when that will happen. But I just want people to respect you for your opinion, and I do respect you for your opinion. I just wish other people should, because I think you do speak an awful lot of sense in what you said, and how you come across. You're polite with people, and I just think people should respect you more for what you're saying. That's what I was trying to get across. Tequila, sorry.
So I just get frustrated when I see people such as yourself who are more optimistic than me, and that's fine. That's fine. I've got no problem with that whatsoever. But it frustrates me as a fan when I see people getting themselves excited, think it's going to be different, and to see them crushed time and time again. Now that will never be me again, because I learned quite early on what I was dealing with, and I can't understand why people still think. I'm sorry, I'm not made like that. I can fool me once, right? Shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It's 25. Why I don't? It's 25, and I'm not sure on the exact numbers, but what is this? Maybe the 9th or 10th time we've qualified for the Champions League under Levy, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And other than Raphael van der Vaart, I don't think of one player that we've signed who we couldn't have if we wouldn't have been in the Champions League.
Do you know, I remember Alan Sugar signing Klinsmann, Popescu, and Dimitrescu, James.
Yeah, Dimitrescu, yeah.
I remember that. And like we were thinking, fuck, we've just signed Jurgen Klinsmann. And also with Philip Brady, who's in the chat, big up to Philip with his time with Ozzy Ardiles and Ricky Villa. So I understand where Tequila's coming from, and he's probably more right to feel how he feels. He's probably right.
I think what it is with Tequila, and I lean more towards Tequila, but I think what it is with me is I'm optimistic at the start of a transfer window.
Yeah. And
then within a couple of weeks of or a couple of months of the transfer window unfolding, so like we start like now, so a month since the summer window opened properly. Yeah. That optimism is gone, and it's not that it's a surprise. It's like, oh, we're just going down this street again. Typical Spurs, and that's where I go. That's where I'm sitting, and I think that's the difference. Is where Tequila sees everything as plain as day. He's like, it's not going to change. The man's still in charge. He's at where I get to, whereas you keep the optimism going until the window slams shut. So it's nice to have that balance, and of sort of being optimistic and then realizing that we're just going to stick on the same street that we've walked around, and it is frustrating. It's very frustrating that it does not change. And like I was saying to our members in our members chat, that Daniel Levy has always been buy cheap, sell big. Whereas football now isn't about that. It's about speculate and accumulate. You look at what Liverpool have spent this summer, right? They are speculating. They've used their winnings from the Premier League and TV rights and the Champions League run that they had, the money that they banked for that, plus they're speculating on if we buy these players that are going to take us to the next level or keep us at this level for another season where we earn all this money. That's what I mean by when I say speculate to accumulate. You've got to be willing to spend some money to be able to take the club to a next level. And that's what Daniel Levy doesn't do. He doesn't want to spend the money to take the club to the next level.
Now, I mean, Tequila, look, I'll ask you this, right? We know the Sonny could be on his way to LA Football Club in MLS anyway. We know he's contracted to play in the next 2 Asian games I think 2 in Hong Kong. Is it 2 in Asia or just 1 in Asia?
2. It's 2 in Asia. 2 in Asia. 1 in Hong Kong, 1 in Korea, and it's the one in Korea that is. It's the one in Korea. The one in Korea that is the one he's contractually tied to. Otherwise, Spurs would have faced a massive penalty on it.
Yeah. So let me ask you this then: with the tour coming up, Tequila, and the transfer window being as it is, surely you should blame other people like Lang and the recruitment department, as well as Levy, or do you just blame Levy for everything?
No, I mean last year. I mean, yeah. I mean, I was very vocal about Ange, but Dermo, I never stopped. When did I ever say, but Levy's doing a great job? No. I said multiple times last year that I want the whole thing burnt down. Now that was me being melodramatic, basically, but that's what I meant. I mean, they can all go because I don't think any part of the club is particularly pulling its weight. That's the manager and the players. People. It's not like I don't think this is a particularly very good team. I've got it currently at 9th, and I think I might be optimistic at 9th. So it's the players. I'm not convinced by the mentality of the team. I'm not convinced by the captain as well. If Sonny goes and Romero's a captain, I'm not convinced by him. I'm not sure how loyal a player he is, for the record. You're right. Levy is to blame, and so the people that he hires. But again, Dermo, you have to who picks the structure of the football club? It's Levy. Levy is the one who came up with all these roles. It was Levy who wanted to go the director of football route all those years ago with Arneson. He's been obsessed with that model. I think the only time we didn't have a director of football was under Harry Redknapp, I believe. Probably because Redknapp refused to work with one. Funny enough, we had a pretty decent team under Redknapp. And I think people will agree with that. He was one of the better ones, for sure.
Yeah, he was. He was.
But Levy generally has been obsessed with this continental. I remember when they first came in. It was a rarer thing when Levy brought this in. There wasn't that many around, and it was this big continental structure of how the club would be with the director of football and all these people under him. And more often than not, I wouldn't say it's been that successful. I mean, you can debate that how successful it's been, but I'm not that convinced by it. But Levy stuck to his guns for him, and he still has this structure in place. But he puts the people in these roles, Dermo. He does. He hires them.
Yeah, I think it hasn't been that successful. I think the only successful has been it's under Paratici and Paul Mitchell. I think they're the only two successful director of footballs we've had. Steve Hitchen, for me, still gets away with shitloads. I mean, what did he ever bring to the football club? Nothing. And he gets away with it. So I think Paratici's been its success. I think Paul Mitchell's been its success. But look, I think, when it comes to Levy by himself, I think Levy has to, I would agree with Simon Jordan. The club needs the club's a spaceship and it needs a new captain. I do believe in that. And I do agree with Simon Jordan that it needs a new captain. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes. I do still believe there's a restructuring happening behind there for whatever reason. I do believe there is a power struggle and a war happening between the boardroom. I don't think bringing Carrington in and Vinny in, I think that's very much structured to push Levy out the door or push him out to the business side. I do believe that. Now, how does that transcend into the running of the football club? I said to you, James, last week, didn't I, or the week before? Who do we think's running the football club?
Yeah.
The club. And we sort of come to the conclusion we don't know. It's that. Let's last before we move on. I want to talk about the summer tour and a few other bits of news that's around. We have one transfer we're going to have a giggle about. Though if it did ever happen, I will do a show in my boxer shorts. I swear to God. But there you go. So the last point on this then to you both: who is running Spurs at the moment, and is there a power struggle at Tottenham? Is there a war in the boardroom?
Is there a war in a boardroom? No. I think Levy's still in charge. The transfer strategy reeks of Daniel Levy. I said a couple of weeks ago, guys, I don't think James is fine. I could be wrong, James. Maybe you were. I said, would people be happy with Kudos as the marquee signing? Because that's what I saw. And everybody, positive or negative, all said to me, that would be dreadful. I hope not. Well, as of July the 28th, he is our marquee signing. So,
yeah.
But we do have a month to go.
Well, yeah. Can only go on today.
But you look at who's available as a marquee signing. There's not many players now that are available for marquee signings because other clubs have once again acted swifter and moved quicker.
Yep.
So then what you do, what ends up happening is, to make a marquee signing is you overpay for a bang average player, and there's your marquee signing.
Which James, you could arguably say that we've done. Well, there's certainly two that come to mind for me, and that's Richarlison. What was he, 55? And Solanke, who I don't think is a bad player, but that's exactly what you've described to me, James. That is Solanke is exactly what you described to me.
And that what was the main two in my head. But I can also go back a bit further when we signed Robbie Soldado. He was our marquee signing. Sergei Rebrov. He was our marquee signing at the time.
Yeah, we got the wrong Ukrainian. I remember everyone was saying no, Rebrov's better than Shevchenko. It's like no,
it's not. But yeah, so it's not new for Spurs to do that. Overspend to make an average player look like a marquee signing. So, and I am firm belief that will happen again, or we'll just be dicked with Kudos as being our marquee signing because we don't sign anybody else.
I don't think Kudos is a bad player. I think he's a decent.
No, I don't think he's a bad signing. I don't think he's a bad signing at all.
He's an improvement for our right side, which we needed desperately.
When did any of us say that Kudos was a bad signing? I don't remember.
No, I'm just saying. I've heard other people saying Kudos is a bad signing.
Yeah, no, I can read it in the chat. My point
saying the chat saying he's crap.
There's people in the chat saying that we should give Kudos more time. And he's when did any one of us say that he was a bad signing?
Yeah, I'm just saying. To what's the point? He's not a bad sign. I'm replying to what he says. I mean, I am going to say, what's the point? Every time you do come in, you are quite negative. You know, I mean, what? Right then, Tequila. I mean, let's look on the bright side. Let's be a bit cheerful. We had a crap weekend. You watched both watch-alongs with me.
Yeah,
I don't know how. I don't know how you did. I don't
know how you did. I mean, at least I could actually, go in the other room and actually have a drink or something hard.
Yeah, I thought the Wigan game was more exciting than the Luton game, to be fair. And
you were so bored, Dermo. I know you didn't want to. You were. I know you were.
I was bored for the Luton game. I nearly fell asleep live on there during the watch along.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So what did you think? No, can I just get the point here, Big Bad Ron, right? Okay. Everyone's allowed an opinion. But every time he does come in, it's damn well negative. He never says anything positive. And I'm allowed to call it out. You know, if you have something negative to say it, but don't keep going on and on and on about it. You know, people are allowed opinions on this channel, but I've never seen him once put a positive comment in the comments.
Well, he doesn't have to do that, Dermo.
It doesn't have to do that, but it just then other people saying you're not. I'm lying, am I? Okay, fine. I give up then. Fine.
Let's all be nice. We don't have to argue amongst ourselves. Everyone's.
So I'm acting like a dictator then, am I? Well, fair enough. You can unsubscribe if you don't want to be dictated to. Yeah.
Everyone's allowed their opinions, guys. In the chat as well. Philip is having a go at some people. I'm calling it as I see it.
I know.
Philip's having a go at some people. So Philip can knock that off as well. So all of you guys just be polite. You haven't got to agree with each other. It'd be boring if we all did, But Philip, if you want to be positive, be positive. If what's the point? Wants to be negative. Ron, if you want to be negative or positive, whatever. I'm called negative all the time. I get pissed off about it as well, right?
Yeah.
But it's it. Everyone, we don't need to fall out over it, right? We've all got different opinions. That's it. It's football, mate. That's it.
It is.
Right. That's why you're hearing it. To hear different opinions.
What do you reckon of the summer squad? Are you surprised with players that are not gone? Are you surprised that Mikey Moore didn't go? Are you surprised that he's been let go on loan, which I am going to get into? Are you happy?
No, I'm actually glad he's going out on loan. And if he does end up at, yeah, I am. Yeah, he's going to get. If he does end up going to Rangers, which is the most likely destination, and he's playing first team football in the Scottish Premiership. Now, look, the Scottish Premiership is not. I'm not saying it's a world class league, but it's a good competitive league. And it's a good league. I think it's a good league to cut his teeth in. It's championship level. Yes, would I have liked to have seen him kept around the first team? 100%. 100% I would have loved to have seen him kept around the first team. But if Thomas Frank doesn't think he's ready, who am I to argue with it? The manager obviously has made his decision, and it's like, he may think that if I let him go on loan, because I'm going to be playing this formation, and I don't think I'm going to have spot for him to play regularly enough to develop him. But if I can get him playing in a game where he's going to play 75% or 80% of the games for them, say, and he develops, next year I've got a phenomenal 18-year-old coming back. That's the way I see it.
Do you feel the Scottish League is a good league for him, Tequila?
No. I understand what James is saying. I guess, let's put it this way. James obviously is more of a fan of the Scottish League than I am. With the exception of Rangers and Celtic, who I would probably put in the... God, I'm going to get flack for this one, aren't I?
I wish he went to
I
Celtic.
would call them championship level clubs.
Yeah. So I would say Rangers and Celtic are upper tier championship to lower tier Premiership level, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, I think, are League One.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. So that for me says that week in, week out, he's generally, with the exception of the old firm games, he's going to be playing my equivalent of League One, and I think he can go a tad bit higher.
I would have loaned him to a lower Premier League side.
A Championship or a Premier League, I would have felt much comfortable about. But that's just, I'm going to get ragged on by Scottish fans now saying I'm dissing their league. I can't help it. That's what I think. So.
Yeah, well, you are. I'm a Celtic fan. How dare you?
Yeah, but I said the Celtic and Rangers were decent.
I understand. I understand your.
I get it.
What you're saying, Tequila, and you dropping him into. I mean, of course, getting him into a Premier League team, which makes him cut his teeth a little bit on it in harder games. But the way I'm looking at it is, if you do that, it's going to go one of two ways. It could either make him or it could break him.
Yeah.
Because if he's playing for a team and he's getting a bit mauled week in, week out, because you got to remember he's still only 17.
Yeah.
It could have a negative impact on his, like, I'm never going to be able to make it. Look, I'm struggling. I'm towing. If he's in bad run of form, whereas yes, in Scotland, he's not coming up against the cream of the crop, but it's going to give him the confidence to be able to sort of push himself, sort of like, okay, yeah, I can do this. I can take these players on. I'm going to destroy these players. And that drive, which I can see in him, to actually want to humiliate the other players. Yeah. I'm not meaning like he's standing there going, fuck you, fuck you. I'm talking about like using his skills on the football pitch. I think that will drive him forward to make him an even better player.
I mean, I saw him last season. Didn't he play a couple of European games and where he was sensational when he came on in the Europa League? And he was in the Premier League as well. I can understand him wanting to go out and loan. Maybe Thomas Frank has said to him, you're not going to get the game time. I'm not going to give you enough game time. So you're going to have to go out somewhere alone. But I do feel he should have gone on this tour. I do think he should have gone this tour. So are we saying, guys, then, say the likes of, we know Sonny could be going. Is this the Premier League squad, unless we get any more signing in, for the season. And the players that are left behind, apart from the ones like your doggy who's injured, but the rest of them could be going as well. It's just the squad for the Premier League season.
Well, you think about who's left back at home, who's on the injury list. You've got a doggy, you've got Dragosin, you've got Kulusevski.
There you go.
There you go. Is that Brian Hill? Yeah, Brian Hill.
Yeah.
And Yang and
no, Yang's going. It's Tataki that's injured.
Yeah, Tataki, the new kid. Yeah. And who's that?
It's Hill, Kulu, Dragonson, your
Oh,
dog.
Hill.
Tataki.
Yeah,
now,
Hill's the under 21s. Yeah. So, and we know that Mikey Moore, Alfie Devine, and Will Lancashire. Is it Will Lancashire?
No, I don't.
No, not Will Lancashire.
No, I mean these are not travelling because of loan. So the tourists: Abbott, Austin, Bentacle, Bergfield, Basuma, Byfield, Danso, Davis, Donnelly, Gray, Luca, Gunter, Brennan Johnson, Kinski, Kudos, Lancashire, Madison, Odebart, Porro, Richarlison, Romero, Sart, Solanke, Sun, Spence, Tell, Van der Ven, Vicario, Luca, and Yang Min Hook or Yuck Hook. So there are the ones that are going. Are you confident with the overseas tours, guys? Do you approve of them, or do you think we should stay around Europe? I know we're going because of Sonny, but when Sonny goes to
it grows the brand.
But when Sonny goes to MLS, where are we going next summer?
We'll go back to Korea because we've got Yang.
Wow.
I agree with you. It is. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's true.
No, you can't argue that what James says it's just pure facts. Why do we do it? For money/brand recognition. That's it.
I'm not mincing my words, guys. I say it as I see it. It's what it is. We're not gonna. Europe. We get European coverage when we play in Europe.
Yeah.
The Premier League's European following is big enough. We get good coverage in America of the Premier League. We don't need to. The market's there in Asia. How many Premier League clubs are out in Asia right now?
Probably half the Premier League.
Yeah. And why? Because it doesn't get the it's an untapped market. It's let's plug it over there. Let's get our brand over there. Let's become the biggest in Asia. And Asia is such a massive market when you think about just sheer population of people. So, I mean, of course you're going over there.
Yeah.
We've had Sonny for 10 years, and now we've had Sonny for 10 years. It became a cult hero of the club. And now we're going to, when Sonny moves on, we're going to replace him with another young Korean who we're hopefully going to propel onto the world stage. I mean, he'll become our anchor point for the Korean drop. So I can see it happening already, Dermo. It is what it is. It's just what it is.
Now, guys, this one gets me. I can't get my head around this. This is a rumor, but there's a rumor going around that Lille are talking with Tottenham to sign Antonio Kinski on loan. After watching the goalkeepers on Saturday, and Tequila will tell you, I was not impressed with Brandon Austin. Absolutely not at all. We should have kept Josh Keeley, and I'm mad we sold Josh Keeley. We must have been off our fucking rockers. Josh Keeley would have done a better job. I mean, this one, Tequila, would we be stupid to let Kingsley go out on loan and then leave ourselves with Brandon Austin as the backup keeper? I think we would be.
It depends on you assuming that this is coming from Frank. So if maybe Frank's seen something in Kinski that he doesn't like. I don't know. But if we really believe that he's got potential to be the first choice, and I'm not sure about that. I know you like him more than I do. I still think Vicario is way ahead of him, as he should be. He's much older than him. I don't like the idea of Austin being the backup at all.
Keely, you're wrong. I was more impressed with the post on Sunday. Saturday.
Yeah,
that's
because that's all you could see because of Spurs plays, Dermo. But
you haven't heard the best of it yet, James. I was go on, tell him the story, Tequila, about the post and me on Saturday. The cameraman.
Well, yeah, Dermo's favourite, the blind man and the dog who was working the camera kept on showing Dermo the post. So I think the post got man of the match for you, didn't it?
It did. I mean, seriously, we went down the right-hand side and there was a post right in the middle of the camera. I couldn't even watch anyone do anything down the right-hand side. So I gave up in the end. It was, and then when we did the second half, there was a post the other end. He kept going, so I couldn't see anything in the right-hand side. Swear to God, the cameraman went out tequila the night before, got pissed, and forgot where to move his camera.
I told you the dog was in charge. As for the actual keeper situation, it is slightly concerned. I won't lie. I don't think Kinski is the right kind of player I'd have as a backup because I do think he needs first team football. And if Vicario really is the number one, they must feel that Kinski is not ready to push him. Because I would feel that if he's ready to push Vicario, I mean seriously challenge him for that number one jersey, then he wouldn't be going out on loan. So that suggests to me we have to bring another one in. It seems a bit silly, but if we do bring another in, it's going to have to be somebody who's not an elder statesman, but of that kind of ilk who is going to be happy being backup. I imagine Kinski probably thought, I don't want to be backup. I'm 21 years old. I've got to be learning my craft, son. I don't want to play 10 games this year because that's all the backup keeper might get this year. Some of the early rounds in some of the cup games. He probably won't get any of the Champions League games, not if we're serious about it. He won't get many Premiership starts unless there's an injury or a suspension. So he probably thought to himself, I don't want 10 games this year. I need more if I'm going to progress. So
then let me ask you this then, right? Just a one-word sort of answer. If Vicario gets injured, who do you trust more, Kinski or Brandon Austin?
Based on the limited I've seen, Kinski, but that's because I think Austin's really poor because he's been here like a statue for how many years has he been there, dude?
He's been here for fucking years.
Eight years.
That must be the least ambitious footballer. One of the least ambitious footballers I've ever seen.
Well, see, that gets me mad about selling Keeley. Josh Keeley. That's what pisses me off so much about Josh Keeley. Played on Saturday, and he's a decent goalkeeper. I mean, James.
The thing is with the Josh Keeley thing is, he was only on a youth contract, and if he didn't want to sign a contract. He didn't want to sign a full-time contract at Spurs. He left them with little option but to selling. So at the end of the day, that was player power. And he might have seen, you've got to think of what Josh Keeley's got in front of him. He's got a 21-year-old Kinski in front of him. He then might be looking at Brandon Austin going, well, I'm looking at Brandon Austin here in front of me. He's 24 years old and not sniffed round first team. Do I see myself being in his position? Do I want to be in that position? Because if I was playing professional football, I wouldn't want to be in that position. So I can't begrudge Josh Keeley. We should have done more to make him happy, absolutely. But I don't begrudge him. He wants to play football. He's a quality goalkeeper. He's going to become a quality goalkeeper. And believe you me, probably in 10, 15 years' time, he could potentially be one of the best in the world. But
so it's better to get $1 million for him now than get nothing for him down the line.
Basically. Remember that we did include a sell-on fee, and there's probably a reason for that. So they must think he's going to have some potential.
And it's a decent sell-on fee as well. It's like 30%.
Yeah.
So you're looking. I mean, even if, say, for down the line he goes for 10 million, we're getting 3 million out of it. So all in all, it's 4 million. But if he goes for more, if he goes for 20, we're getting what? 60 million, 6 million if he goes for 20. I mean, if he starts if he really develops and he goes for 30, 40 million, you're looking at like 12, 8, anywhere between 9 and 12 million. And then plus the extra million, you're looking at like 13 million that we could have got for him. And we've done no work for that. So I look, I don't begrudge him for it. I really don't. I think he knew what he wanted, and credit to the kid for actually having the balls to say, no, this is not what I want. I want to play football.
Yeah.
And being pure about it, not being, it's about the money. No, I want to play football. Same with Kinski. Kinski, exactly. I agree with Tequila. If Kinski has decided that I don't want to play 10, I don't want to just play 10 games this season, I want to go out and develop as a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
All power to it. Absolutely the power to it.
Yeah.
And thinking, but who would I prefer? I would prefer Kinski. Of course I would. Brandon Austin's not good enough. He's been at the club too long and not had a sniff around the first team to warrant and prove that he's not good enough. So yeah, I mean, it'd be silly, absolutely. But if it develops him, I'm all for it.
Right. Okay. I'm just I'm waiting for a parcel to come, and suddenly it's ended up in Northern Ireland for some bloody reason. I don't know why, but it should be on its way down to me, hopefully. 3 new Spurs tops, hopefully. So big up to Terry White. He says, big up the Jazz Fusion as well. Big up to Milton. He says, evening, lads. Keep up the great work. Lads, smash the like peeps and support this wonderful channel. Milton, thank you so much. Tequila, want to say anything to Milton?
No, big up Milton. Hope you're doing well, bro.
Yeah, and James as well. I suppose you wouldn't say thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Milton, for that. Fantastic.
Right then, James.
Love a little plug.
Yeah. This one for you, James from Terry. If Kingski goes, we'll bring in more experienced player. Kingski's probably does need a loan to continue his development. He's only 21, but this is actually to all 3 of us, I suppose. But I'll let you go first. Could you see someone like Ortega from City coming in? Could you see Spurs going for an experienced goalkeeper?
Yeah. Someone sort of in the twilight of the career would be quite happily to pick up a paycheck and sit on bench and maybe only play 10 games, but still be linked to Champions League. Yeah, I could see that. I could see it happening. Yeah. Could it be Ortega? I mean,
that's not. Yeah,
it's not a bad shout, but
it's not a bad shout.
But I think there's better out there that you could look at.
How about Kasper Schmeichel?
What, from Leicester?
Yeah, I know he doesn't play for Leicester anymore, but what about that, Tequila? Would you be happy with that?
If he's willing to come in and sit on the bench most of the season, then I'd be okay with him as a backup. The thing that I'm a bit surprised at is that a lot of people were giving Forster a lot of crap, and I thought to myself the whole time, he's the perfect backup keeper because he wasn't a terrible keeper, but he did the backup role perfectly.
I thought Forster did quite well.
I know. I'm surprised that people were so kind of willing to get rid of him because I thought, well, what is it that people expect actually of a backup keeper? What is, what levels are you expecting of someone who is more or less saying, I'm only going to play 10 games? It's going to be somebody on the older side, right? Which is what Forster was. Yeah. But somebody who's certainly not a bad keeper, but you can't expect him to be anywhere near, nor should he be, near the level of the number 1, Vicario. That's why he's a backup keeper.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, Kasper Schmeichel's at Celtic at the moment, which I did know. He is 38 years of age. So I do you know what? I don't think he's been very good for Celtic, to be fair. I don't think it'd be a bad choice.
Dermo, because because I don't know, I don't follow Celtic closely, but is he first choice at Celtic?
Yeah, yes.
So he's not going to leave Celtic being first choice football to come to Spurs.
Would you leave Celtic to go back to play in the Premier League, Champions League? I know Celtic,
but he's not. No.
James is right. I know what James is going to say. Yeah, he's not going to play in the Champions League.
He's not going to play in Champions League, and he's not going to play in Premiership. He'll play cup games.
But
he's going to play Carabao Cup and FA Cup, and maybe the odd Premier League game if Vicario picks up a knock. He's not going to play. and he's not going to, and he's going to play Scottish Premiership football. And let's be if we're going to be completely brutal, honest, Celtic have got a better chance of picking up silverware again this season than we have.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. They always do every year. Ramsdale.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know you're getting that. Of course, he's gonna pick up silverware at Celtic because Celtic. We don't. Would you call the Scottish League up there a little bit less competitive than the Premier League?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not as competitive as the Premier League, but like I say, it's for Celtic and Rangers have forever been the dominant forces. There's been teams that have tried to break that mould, like Hearts, Hibs, St Johnstone's, Aberdeen at times. They try to break into that mould, but the Celtic Rangers has always been the pull because of where it is.
Yeah,
James is right. If a 38-year-old, if you're holding down a first team place at 38 years old, you ain't gonna rock the boat. You ain't gonna move. You're not gonna move. You're not. Well, at least I don't think so. I mean, he should be enjoying the hell out of this because you must know he's on borrowed time. So,
yeah. What about Ramsdale? Yeah, and they or a move on?
I don't think. No, because again, I mean, Ramsdale's he's playing. I mean, yes, he's a backup at the moment, but no, I don't think he'd be suitable enough. Well, I mean, he's old enough, but
yeah, I'd take him, but I don't think he'd come. But I'd take him as the backup if he was willing to come. But yeah.
Right, guys, this is probably comedy hour, as I like to call it, with this deal. I mean, James, you haven't fell off your chair yet.
No. I've got a little bit of news regarding this, so
okay.
I'll let you read it.
Go on, you go and read it.
No. You go ahead first.
Right, it's being rumoured, and that's what it is rumoured, that Tottenham have held talks for Rodrigo. Right, more hell's chance. And I'll wait to see if Liverpool will make a move for the Brazilian. Nothing is decided by the player who could stay at Real Madrid. And it goes on to say, this is from Tottenham Transfer News on X. I just copied and pasted because I thought it was just see what you guys thought. Rodrigo has indicated that he would be open to joining Tottenham this summer. It's believed that Spurs have now started discussions with the intermediates are ready to make the 24-year-old the highest paid player. Right.
We've got a troll in the chat. If one of the mods can remove him, or shall I do it myself? Because I'll enjoy this if I do it myself. 1 sec.
Okay. I just want to know what he's saying.
Oh, you can read it. I wouldn't read it out. It's not worth the time of day.
No, I'm not reading it out.
Are we about Mr. Gibbs there?
Yeah.
I'm going to. Have you read it now? Do you want me to remove it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Willie. You doing your modding?
Yeah, let's just get rid of him for 24 hours. By all means, come back, mate, and then I can block you again.
Anyway, go on, James. What news have you got on this? Is it true?
So, yes, there is some truth to it. No, don't get too excited, right? Before you start jumping around thinking we're going to sign Rodrigo. What I said is...
I know there's a bot coming.
Right. So, yes, there is truth in it. We have spoken to Real Madrid about Rodrigo. But what has been said is we would like to be kept informed about Rodrigo's plans. End of. That is what the discussions between Tottenham and Real Madrid regarding Rodrigo has been. There's been no discussions with the player. There's been no talks of the player saying, yes, he'd come to play for Spurs. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to have him. And that would be a marquee signing. And the money's not that much more than what we were going to pay for Morgan Gibbs-White. So, yes, I would love to chuck 80 million at it and say, let's have him. The question is would Rodrigo be happy coming to play for Spurs? And the resounding question is he's not leaving Madrid to come play for Spurs.
So, if that's the case, then, guys, which club does he go to?
If it was Premier League, if he's going to leave La Liga and it's going to be Premier League, you're going to be talking two clubs and two clubs only. That's Manchester City and Liverpool.
Would you put Newcastle into that bracket?
No, not at all. Two clubs. That is, he's going to want to go to a top tier club. We're not talking someone who's occasionally pushing the top four. He wants top tier football. So he's going to go to someone like he'll go. If I could name for 5 clubs he'll probably go to if he leaves Real Madrid. One will be Liverpool, one will be Man City, the other one will be Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern Munich, but they can't afford him, and possibly Inter Milan in Italy. Then
that sort of asks another question. I know this won't happen, by the way, so don't think I'm getting giddy. I know it's no. As I said, if this does happen, I would do a show in my boxer shorts, and that's all I would do. I mean, that's how confident I am of this deal not happening. I mean, I brought it up because it's such a funny transfer story that we've been linked with a man and we can't even pay 60 million for Gibbs White. I mean, it's just comical. Then. Do we then, like Terry Wright says, Liverpool sold Diaz to Bayern, so they're going to need a winger. Bayern did pay, I think, 70-odd million for Diaz. Do we then go in for Harry Kane again? Because we know why not? If we needed a decent striker and Harry Kane wants
we need a decent striker, and Harry Kane does want to come back to Tottenham, but he doesn't want to come back to Tottenham yet. But he said it all along. He said it all along, Dermo. When he left, he said, "I will come back to Tottenham, but I won't be back at Tottenham for 3 or 4 years." He said it. He said it. Those were his words. I will not be back at Tottenham for 3 or 4 years. In 3 or 4 years' time, we'll see. They were his words.
Yeah, I know. But if there's a release clause of 50-odd million this summer, and you're Daniel leaving, this goes the same question to you as well, Tequila. Would you say, fuck it, I'm going to put the bid in and let's get him back? And would that appease some of the fan bases if we did bring him back?
Is the question, do I think Levy will or would I? Is this kind of
would you? Would you?
For 50 million?
I think, what's the price tag, James? Is it 58?
It's just over 55 million. It's about 57.5 and some change.
And then, isn't it different in January then?
Yeah. Comes down a bit more in January.
Yeah.
I think it drops to the actual 50 million mark in January.
Yeah.
Not this season. Maybe next.
James?
To drop the price a bit more.
I think he'll stick to his guns. I think he'll play in the Bundesliga again this year. He'll win another Bundesliga, maybe pick up the DFB Pokal, do well in the Champions League, chance of him winning it. But I don't think it'll be this year. I think it'll be next year. And if it is next year, that would tie in nicely to what he said for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. The thing about Kane is, which is different for other players, maybe such as Sonny, unfortunately for Sonny, is that he's never had pace, really. Yeah. So he is a player who can, I think, play at a top level, like the Polish lad, Lewandowski, is that his name, isn't it? So
Lewandowski. Yeah.
I think Kane can probably definitely play to a very high quality, mid even to late 30s if he really wanted to. So I'd have no problems bringing him back, as James said, in a couple of years. He might not start every game at that point, but why wouldn't you want Harry Kane in your squad, able to come off the bench if that's the role he's going to have?
Yeah.
We just want to go through a few players that could be on the move. This is Dragonson once. Now, all these sort of notes up here are from early in the transfer window, so these are not up to date, but these are the players on transfer market that are rumored to be going. Dragonson could be going to AC Milan, 25 million. Probably just a yay or nay if you would sell him. And I'll do this one for you, James, and next one to you, Tequila, and then I'll go. For me, yes, I think he needs to go. I don't think he is good enough for Spurs. I think his agent's been wanting him gone from day one. So for me, 25 million. Thank you very much. James, do you think AC Milan would be a good club for him, or do you think would you sell him? Yeah or no? And probably why?
No, I wouldn't sell him. End of. I wouldn't sell him. Yes, he's not a starter, but he's a decent backup. And 25 million, it wouldn't be enough for me. I'd be pushing 30, 35 million for him at least. He's not a bad defender. He's not a bad defender. He's just not. He's not top tier yet. And he's still only young. You've got to remember, he's still only young. Because this is the thing. These players that we've signed is because they're only young, and when they kick around for a couple of years and they're not really breaking in and not really doing like hitting the highs of highs, we write them off too quickly. And he is still only young. He's still developing his trade. I mean, good quality centre backs don't really hit their peak until like at the earliest 29. I remember really peaking at 30, 31, and then they sort of start on the decline a little bit. But I think he's still got. We should be giving him more chance, more of a time. I think he could develop.
No, that's a fair argument actually to make. I just say it's slightly different, but I think you do make a compelling argument to keep him. So, okay, so we're going to put him as keep. Yeah, you happy with that?
I'm happy with keep. Yeah.
Okay, keep. Right.
Just saying though, Terry Wright does agree with me. Johnson could be a beast in Frank's system. It's a keep for him as well.
It is. Il Jazz says that you're in the process of loaning out all the reserve centre backs. Well, I think we've got abundant of centre backs. That's why I probably would sell them. But yeah, no, you make a compelling argument. Tequila, Sonny. Now we know LAFC are an advancing. I don't know if you've heard any more on this, James. So if you do, jump straight in. LAFC are advancing in talks to sign Tottenham captain Sonny. Spurs won't stand in his way. We've got the Asian tour coming up, so we know he's got 2 more games for Spurs. Do you expect him to be a Spurs player in our game against Bayern Munich and by the Super Cup? Do you think he would be playing in the MLS?
Do I think or do I want?
No, do you think?
I think he'll still be here. If that's the fee, I think he'll still be here. And I think we'll go if that's the fee that I'm seeing on screen. I don't think Levy will sanction that. I think that's a bad deal. So.
Well, they've come in with a $15 million deal.
It's not enough.
So how much do you sell him for then? If you are going to sell him?
Well, when I first heard the rumours of Saudi, this was a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a month ago now, when the Saudi numbers were coming in and you were talking about double that, Dermo, I was thinking, okay, that's a good. Don't you think we make this off shirt sales from Sonny per year?
Yeah.
Then why sell him for that?
I think it should be up to Sonny. I think Tottenham. I think he does want to go. Now, I do agree with you. 20 is probably too low. I mean, I did read somewhere that it was up to 45 million euro.
Yeah, and that's different. Yeah, that's completely different. Yeah.
So with you, James, with Sonny, is it a keep or sell for you? As a player, if you look at Sonny as a player, you've seen him in the first 2 preseason games. He hasn't been stellar in both. And I said in the first one, he looks a bit disinterested when he played against Reading. Has his head been turned? Do you think he does want to go? Or do you think, where's your thing on Sonny? It's a delicate one because he is a legend of the club.
I think Sonny's probably the reason why he's probably looks disinterested. I don't think it's disinterest, personally. I think it's exasperation. Because let's be honest, Sonny's been here 10 seasons with us. Sonny's seen 5 different managers in that 10 seasons.
That's shocking.
That's 5 different philosophies and things like that. So he's probably a bit like, I'm 33, I should be settled, and here I am. Do I really want to learn another system, or do I want to go? And it's probably turmoil for him. Because you could think that his heart could be saying, "Oh no, I want to stay at Spurs," but his brain could be saying, "Yeah, but do I really want to go through all this again?
Yeah,
and do I really want to start to see my playing time suffer because I'm just not that invested in the new manager's system, another new manager's system?" I'm just trying to be real with it, but I think he'll go. I think he'll go, but it certainly needs to be more than
20 million. Well, these are just what's on transfer market, by the way. This is just a valuation all off transfer markets. That's why I'm getting my valuation.
Yeah, but they offered 14 million quid at LAFC. I read. Weren't $14 million. It was 14 million pounds. But I think
it's too low, Jake. That's too low.
It is. It's far too low. Yeah, you have. You 100% might as well keep it.
3 players we could bring in: Jacob Ramsey, Opie from RB Leipzig, and then Paulinia from Bayern Munich. James, them out of them 3, 32, 50, 30 million respectively. Where is your main priority in them 3? Out of them 3, who's your main priority to get in? And
none of them.
Yeah,
I wouldn't sign any of them.
Fair enough.
I just look. I mean, I may be slated here, but I don't see him improving the team. Improve the squad, yeah, but improve the team.
Do you mean first 11?
Yeah.
Do you not think Openda gets in on one of the wings?
But you've just brought Kudos in for that, and then you've got to think, where's Kulusevski going to sit?
Yeah, but if you play
Kulusevski fight,
so Kula and Madison kind of fighting for the number 10. Yeah.
And then you've got Odebear and heaven forbid Richarlison, and you've got Matty Tell who can play out on left.
I think he's better than all of them on the wing. That's just my opinion.
Who?
Openda.
Who's that? Openda.
Yeah. Then the ones you've just mentioned. Yeah. I'm not going to say I'm not going to say he's worlds and worlds better, but I think he's better.
Then
but it's not. The thing is, though, is he's not Premier League proven.
No.
That's my biggest thing. He could come to Premier League and he could be just another Duff.
Well, we know
if I had to sign one of those 2, Ramsey or Openda.
No, you don't have to say if you think.
No. What I'm saying, Dim, I'm not backtracking on what I'm saying. I'm just saying. But if I had to, if they were my only 2 options, I would go for Jacob Ramsey over Lewis Openda. Because Jacob Ramsey's Premier League, he's Premier League proven.
Yeah,
that is just my opinion. That is what I would do. I would go for someone over Premier League proven over someone that could potentially be a £50 million flop.
Yeah. No,
I'll tell you what, Dermo. You know what would be tasty? We've just spoken about the 2. If we could somehow manage to sell Son for 40 and bring Openda for that, that's nearly a swap. Yeah. I think that would be very good business.
I would go for me personally. I would go for Paulinia for the number 6 road, or Douglas Luiz from Juventus, who desperately wants to come back to the Premier League. I think Douglas Luiz is actually a better number 6 than Paulinia, and I'll also go for Openda. I do like him. Jacob Ramsey's a very good shout because he is a very good central midfielder and he's played well for Villa.
The thing is about Ramsey, Dermo, we've been speaking about him ever since Lange joined. I swear, every window Ramsey is linked to us.
Yeah, it is. But problem is, James is spot on. He's Premier League proven. So where do you go with that then, James? Then look, you look at Ramsey, you look at Polina, who was Premier League proven before he went to Bayern Munich.
No, it was a Premier League flop. He didn't play well for Fulham.
No.
Come on, if you've been realistically, he weren't tearing up Fulham. He weren't like changing the way Fulham played. Yes, he's a solid defensive midfielder, but I think I'm not talking about Balloon Boy, but I certainly think we've got the potential of having a defensive midfielder that's just as good.
So are you looking at somebody like Douglas Luiz, I said, from Juventus? Would he be an improvement?
I think he'd be an improvement, and he's younger.
I would like him at Tottenham, Douglas Luiz, to be fair.
He's younger. He wants to come back to Premier League, and he's already played in Premier League, and he wants out of Juve. And I think he would be a better option. And with regards to, like, we know, like Levy is, Douglas Luiz still has the ability to have some resale value. Whereas you sign Paulinho, realistically, if you're going to try and get any kind of money back, you hope he has, like, you get him on a 3-year contract, 3 or 4 year contract. He has 2 blinding seasons. He turns 32, and some Saudi club comes in and throws silly money at you for it.
Yeah,
but that's just my opinion, guys.
No. I think it's a fair opinion. I think it's a good opinion. Guys, we're going to finish off the last bit on
Demo's upset me already.
Pardon?
Demo's upset me already. Putting a picture of the alien on there.
We
I
are
could have
going
done without seeing that image, Demo.
I know. I put that. I've done that. I did that today for you. With you.
I've just eaten, Demo. It's not a good idea putting that picture on.
I know. We are going to go over the financial side of it, and there's a couple of questions. Hopefully, James can answer for me when it comes to this, and probably explain to people as well about the financial side and transfers, because he has a bit of knowledge into this, more knowledge than me and Tequila. So hopefully he'll be able to maybe advise you guys and guide you guys into what to expect for the rest of this window. But we are, again, do we bring up the video or do we not, Tequila? Because we know old Colin doesn't like the video.
He hasn't done a new one. We haven't got a choice. He hasn't done a new one, has he?
No, we'll just talk about it. We'll just talk about it tonight. So who we're being sponsored by, Tequila? Go on, you give it a big plug and put the link in the chat.
No, I didn't have it. Keep talking, Demo. Give me 2 minutes.
All right, James, VPN.
Yes,
you use private internet access.
I do. Yeah, our show is sponsored by Private Internet Access. It's a really, really good VPN service. I consider it up there to be one of the best out there on the market. It's a lot more reasonably priced than some of your big named VPNs that are out there, but it does exactly what they do and better. And the best thing is you not pay for extra device coverage with Private Internet Access. One membership covers all your devices. So it is brilliant. The link is in the chat description, and I'm not 100% sure if the sale's still on. I think the sale is still on.
Actually, it's the 86% ended yesterday, I believe, Demo, isn't it?
Oh,
Sunday.
okay.
Yeah. So
my apologies then. I thought it was next week. There you go. That's how I stuff up a plug.
Don't worry, Matt. You're only 1 day out. It's only 1 day out.
I've done worse.
But you do still get you get 3 months on the 2-year plan. Check it out, guys. Private Internet Access. Your 3 o'clock kickoffs. Watch every game. If you can't get to every game, it's there for you. Champions Leagues, and also you can switch your Netflix over to see what the cheeky Americans get and we don't get. So there you go. Private Internet Access. Go out and get yours now.
Get yours now.
There you go. See?
No.
See, you can tell Colin and and James are related because they both say the same thing. Get yours.
Very similar. James,
Feminist. I closed my eyes and I thought it was Colin saying it. That's how good it is. That's how good he is. Yeah, sorry for my little ratty behavior earlier. I feel really guilty about it and I want to apologize. So I'm very, very sorry. Very unprofessional of me. Saying the one that I say I want us to be more professional and end up doing that. So I do apologize. And I know the guys will bollock me after the stream and give me a good rollicking and
I've got my frying pan ready, bruv.
Yeah, I know. I'm scared of ending the show now. I'm terrified. Oh Lord.
Pistols at dawn now, Dermo. Pistols at dawn.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm really terrified now. Right. Okay. Transfers. James, this is I'm going to put you up the top because you're going to be the main lad talking about this.
Before James gets going, I want to ask James. I don't like it, but you tell me if you think I'm wrong, James. That we are adding Danso. I'll accept Tell because it was a loan last year, right? And it's a buy. I'll accept including that one. I don't include Danso in that, so I think it's around about 85 because Danso for me should have been classed under last year's.
Yes.
Personally.
So technically, you're right. He is because we had it was an obligation to buy with regards to the loan that we initially took him from.
Yeah.
So yes, the actual finances of Danso's do go on to it's basically the 2024-25 financials.
Yeah.
That's where Danso's money goes on to, because he was loaned in the January with an obligation to pay the money at the end of the season. And when the end of the season comes, which is the 30th of June, that is when we paid the money for Danso. On the 1st of July, the very next day, is the start of the new football financial year. So the money
would Levy, I know you don't know him, but would Tottenham consider that? Was it 35 million in the end, or was it 25 for Danso?
25.
Is it 25?
No, 25.
So
25.
Would they take that out of this year's transfer budget and not last year's? Would they say, well, we've already spent that, so we can't use that this year? Is that how they would do it, I think?
They would. That would probably what they will spin. To be honest. Oh well, we've bought Danso, or we've bought Tell, we've bought Kudos. So they'll bump what their spend has been, but in when it comes down to the financials and the actual documentation of the financials, it would go to like I said, it would be the 24-25 budgets that it would go on to. But they could quite happily turn around and tell the fans, "Oh yeah, we spent it on that." But when it comes round to those financial documents being released, say, "Oh yeah, well we thought it was going to be going on that one, but we ended up being able to put it on that one." They'll spin some yarn that they have the club's best interest at heart.
So the three we've got the sum of 25 total is 120.1 million. So is that including the Danso, isn't it? I think so. That's including the Danso's deal.
And
Tell,
yeah.
And the Tell deal, yeah.
And the Tell deal. And Kudos. So there's 120 million there. Summer total income of 12.4 million. Now the income is what we get of players. We saw Josh Keeley for 11 million. And then the other player that went out and Højbjerg went out as well to Olympique Marseille. So then
that should be slightly higher, because I believe that Højbjerg went for 17 million.
I found out when I did this today, it was down as 14 million. Maybe you are right in 17 million. I think you might be right in that.
Maybe, but that was the total deal. Maybe it was 3 million in loan fees and 14 million for the fee afterwards. The obligation was 14 million. and that's where I'm getting 17 million from. But
Yeah.
I'm
That's
pretty sure
that's a low fee for Højbjerg, who is an international player.
Yeah,
That's a
he's
low.
player, by the
We
way.
should have got a better deal for that.
Yeah.
So that worked out to be an 107.7 million loss. Our big brother on Polina, Paqueta. Oh, Paqueta is apparently.
He's got some baggage though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want to touch? I mean, he's a very good player, definitely, but well,
Just very quickly, yay or nay, and then we'll probably go into it later on, or tomorrow, or Wednesday. For you, James, yay or nay, Paqueta?
It's a tough one, that one. It does come with some baggage, like Tequila says, it does come with some baggage. And do you really want to risk the unrest in the dressing room as a new manager?
Yeah, I would risk it.
I'm not convinced. I'm okay then, Dermo. I'll put it that way. Would you take Paqueta over Douglas Luiz?
I hate when you ask me these questions. It really does put me on the spot, you bugger.
Colin, I agree. He has been cleared of all charges. I'm not saying anything, but it's the baggage around him.
Do you know what? I know we need a defense. That's a really good question. We need a defensive midfielder so badly. We need a number 6 desperately. Do we need another sort of an attacking midfielder? If we've got Kulu and Madison in that role, we've got Kudos as well.
I would say, James, that they're not exactly the same type of. I'm trying to back you up here, Dermo. They're not really the same type of midfielder, to be fair.
No.
So in that point, then we've got enough going forward. So no, I would pick Douglas Luiz over Pateka, because we've got enough going forward. In my view. No, it's a very good question, though.
I'd take him in a heartbeat.
Over Luiz?
Yeah. You might not. You might not get him for many seasons, because there's a good chance that trouble might come calling again. But he's such a flair. He's such an amazing player. I loved him before he joined West Ham. I wanted to get him before West Ham did. So yeah.
And let me ask you two a question then about it's not about that, but is every player then acceptable to that rule then? That every player does have baggage. Every player in one way or form. You look at Garancho, you look at Rashford, you look at other players that we've been linked with. Do they all have baggage?
I think also, Dermo, you got to look at the quality of the player you're getting. Now, I think he's a much better player than either Garnacho or Rashford. This is my opinion, of course. So I think the risk is worth it. With Rashford, especially over the last couple of years, I wouldn't take the risk on Rashford. Certainly based on his last couple of seasons. Anyway.
Well, he's gone to Barcelona anyway.
Well, yeah,
he's gone to Barcelona where we can't play. So
yeah,
you're taking a risk with a player like that. But I think he's got so much quality, especially for that 40 million, which is that is probably beneath his actual value. So actually, his baggage probably is affecting his value. Unless it's a buyout, I believe the person in the chat might have said that's the buyout. That's a low buyout for him, I think. If that is the case, then again, we didn't do very well with our last buyout clause, did we?
No. Yeah, big up. Yeah. Everyone sees players differently, which that's what I love about the game. We'll go across the finances on Wednesday night show. Because we have been going an hour and a half, and I think these lads have to get to bed. I know Tequila has to get to do something. I know James probably has other things to do. So we've been dinner. So yeah, we've been on long enough, and you've had enough of me yapping. And you would like to hear more of James and Tequila, but there you go. You have to wait for another show. For one final question, guys. Are you still excited for the season though? In the whole, I want to say congratulations to the ladies yesterday, England ladies team that won a European Championship back to back. So for me and Ireland, I tip my hat off to you. So thank you very much. Well done, girls. You've done a very good game. James, are you looking forward to this pre-season talk? Arsenal on Thursday?
Yeah, I mean, that'll be all right. I'm looking forward to the games. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not looking forward to probably what the results are going to be. I think it's going to be another long, sloggy season. No one's actually asked me my predictions for where we're going to finish this year.
That's coming. That is coming. That will come. The pre-season game.
There'll be a special show for that, I'm sure. Jim.
That's a special show for that.
Well, I'll hold on to it. I'll hold on to it for now. Because my pre-season choice has changed drastically.
Look at Gerard in the chat. We've just said it's going to be another show, and he's just going to ask Dermo what position. There'll be a special show about it. Yeah,
that's a special show. Guys, James, where can people find you, sir? I know that you're on X, so where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on X at THFC James. Come along, give us a follow, post up there, try to get up something on there every day, even if it's just some of the rumours that we're hearing. But yeah, please come along, hit a follow. It'd be a great help. Thanks very much.
And Tequila, where can people find you? And stick your link in. Oh,
I'm putting everybody. I'm putting James. I haven't got a link for you, mate. So as soon as you get yourself a channel of some kind, I can do it, bruv.
I can see James doing his own channel, being very successful at it.
Yeah, you should think about it, James. Dermo's doing a Batman stream tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, I am.
10 is it?
10 o'clock tomorrow night. I'm doing my Double Dome gaming. I'm doing Batman Arkham Knight episode 1. So do come over and join me and see me beat the underbelly of the Gotham criminals as I go after Scarecrow, the Joker. Well, actually, the Joker follows me around. Spoilers. But yeah, let's see, can I beat the Penguin and Two-Face and the Scarecrow and drive the Batmobile around Gotham and knocking criminals over as I drive over them in my Batmobile and blow up tanks as well. So I get to do a lot of things. Yeah, dude, tomorrow, Tequila, what's coming on to Play Pouch? You're on tonight at 10, I think. So
in about 20 minutes, my friend Alan is going to be continuing the Alien Isolation game. I know Kuva was watching, but I think Kuva's playing his own version, so he doesn't want to spoil it, bless him. But if anyone else is interested in horror video games, which is a weird genre, there's not that many of them. But if you like your horror video games, if you like Alien, the film, especially the first film. People can remember that. Yeah, amazing film. Please join us tonight at 10 for that playthrough at the Play Pouch. Cheers, guys.
Yeah. Just as a little caveat to that, Tequila, the Alien franchise is my #1 franchise in the world. I've got all the books, all the graphic novels, and all the films. I've still got the original VHS box set, and I will never get rid of
the first Alien.
Alien. It was a VHS box set, and it was Alien, Aliens, and Alien 3. But I bet it is in VHS format.
Oh, you might want to hold on to that. If it's in good condition, that might.
Mate, it's in mint condition.
Yeah, you never know. If you ever want to flog it, you might get some cash for that, bro.
Yeah.
But no, thank you. Yeah, definitely. Thank you all for watching. Sorry about my behavior at the start. Yeah, unacceptable, and I apologize. So we'll move on and we'll leave it. I'll move on. I will do my penance tonight and run round the block 20 times and do 20 press-ups.
Yeah, we're gonna flog you. We're gonna flog you when we get off air.
Shame. Anyone who's seen Game of Thrones? Shame.
Yeah, that's gonna be me. I'm gonna be like Ned Stark. If anyone's watched Game of Thrones, that's gonna be me on that bombshell. We're not on tomorrow night because I'm doing my gaming, but I'm back on Wednesday. Hopefully with the gang or by myself, or if I'm still here, I could be in prison by then by Game of Thrones standards. So anyway, see you later. Take care. Bye bye. Come on, Tequila. Where's your
CBR, mate?
Good night.
Eyes on the prize.